Hi everyone, it's Emilia here. Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to a new flower making video. Today I want to share with you a tutorial for paper flowers, and these are the flowers which I made 2 days ago, and I had my post on Facebook, and then I had many comments which I'm really happy with, and I ask you if you would like to see a tutorial, and many people would love to see that. That's why I decided to make it. And these flowers are made out of paper and Lady Design dies, and I decided to create bigger flowers which will be good for my cards and other projects. And also I've got few little flowers here, so in the video I will create one big flower and a couple of little ones as well. So for one flower I'll be using 2 layers of the that size, it's, what size is it? I don't remember. So this one in the set, which is flower 1, 2 layers, and 1 layer of the flower 4. I did the combination of the dyes for those flowers, and I really like the result. That's why I'll be doing that. And for my paper I'm using Premium Artist Pad from Hobbycraft. This paper, well, I have tested many different kinds of papers, and I'm going to do a video about the papers and different flowers you can make, but today I'll be using that. This is 180 GSM, is quite soft, and I think any watercolor paper, any like artist paper would be good for those flowers, because we are spraying them with the water. It needs to be, it cannot be a card, because card will just rip and you will not have a great result. So you can see here, I wanted to show you, this is A4 which I cut into smaller pieces to go to my die cutting machine, and you can see from that from one A4 sheet of paper you can create 5 big flowers like this here and couple of little ones. So it's it's very it's quite a lot actually from one A4 paper. So for my flowers I will take those 2 and 1. This will be one big flower, and I will create a couple of little ones as well. So you will need 2 layers of flower 1, 1 layer of flower 4, and then little layers from flower 1. Oh, this one wasn't perfect, so this one. So what else you may need? Sponges to add color to your petals. I'll be using distress ink to go in the middle, and gelato to color edges of my petals. Little stamens. You may need something to create a hole in your flower, and some flower making tool to just shape it. Earbuds, which I use to color the centers of the little flowers. A piece of wire which we'll be using to push our stamens through the flower, and some flower center, and I'll be using those these are like, I bought them at Christmas, like poly foam, whatever you call them, balls. It's glittered, so I'll be using that in the center of my big flower, and also a spray bottle with a water. Okay, so I will start with coloring. For my big flower I'm going to color it green in the center, only on the top layer, so on the 4th petal layer, and I'm not adding a lot of color because I like when they're delicate and soft looking, so I will have that. And for my little flowers I will use the earbud just to add color in the middle. So I hope you will enjoy that video. This video may can be a bit longer than my other videos because I'm not speeding and I will not be editing it much. I hope it will go nice and quick. But I do hope you have a patience to stay with me till the end just to see the result. So I'm coloring the edges of my big flower now. So I will color 3 petals out of 5 and I will do it on both sides. I use those kitchen sponges because these are cheap and then I can throw them away. I don't have I'm not so organized to have like a dabber for each, you know, color. I've got many inks, many different companies, different kinds of inks. That's why I'm just using those and then I just throw them away. And they are, I think, quite good for coloring. And then I will color again 3 petals on the little flowers as well on both sides. So you just have to you don't need to, you know, focus too much on the coloring because I'll be spraying this with the water in a minute. Remember that my inks are not waterproof, so color will kind of move a little bit on the flowers. I turn them upside down. It's white on white. I hope you can see that, but I will spray once each flower. So not too much water, okay? We don't want to soak it, we just spray it. And then you can see the center of the flower is going up because it takes water and it's just it will become much softer in a minute. So I wait a few seconds. When I feel that it's quite soft, I will just fold petals together and I will squash them on the top and then kind of twist them on the top. Okay, I will leave it like that for a few seconds, then I will do the same here. I will try to squash them all together and then twist on the top and put on the side. And the last one the same way. Oh, I didn't say anything about the glue gun. I'll be using glue gun for my flowers. You could probably use a craft glue, but I'm using glue gun because it works fast and the flowers will be still a bit wet when I be sticking them together. That's why glue gun, in my opinion, works the best. For those smaller flowers, so I will put that upside down on my foam and I will press once each petal, like in the center of each petal. Okay, this is very soft now, so you have to be careful. And then I will take that very little tool with the very little ball and I will press very near the edges of my petals few times. So not once, it's just I'm going very near the edges. Then I will turn it upside down and I will press in the center. Okay, I will leave it like that to dry and it will keep that shape. This is so simple. For the big one, I'm going to press on the top once each petal and then again with the smaller tool. Look, it will create those creases. You just need to go near the I'm trying to hold it so it doesn't rip because it is very soft. You need to go very near the edge of your petals and then press in the center. So you will have something like that. Then you can put it on the side to dry because the water will disappear and the flower will become harder. Which one is the little one? So now I'm unfolding the 4 petals. This is my top layer, and what I'm going to do here, I will kind of make them quite straight, the petals, and then I will hold the petal like that on both sides with my fingers, and I will squash just the very edge of it. So I'm kind of squashing it. You can like that. So I create some crease, and then I will press once with my tool. Okay, so again here I'm kind of just keeping it, holding it on both sides and just squashing. And what you could do here as well, you can squash the edge. I hope you can see that. Let me just, it is very small, but you can squash the edge and you can try to twist it, so it will give you different result, and I really like that. So then gently I will just stretch the middle of it, press with the tool. Again, I could kind of squash the edge and twist, and then press in the center. So each petal will be slightly different, you know, it's not possible to create them all the same. Even if you do it the same way, they will be different. Okay, then press in the middle, and we've got our first layer. It is still soft, and you will have to wait a few minutes for it to be hard. But it's good, because then when you are not happy with your creases, you can still, you know, do something about it. So I'm kind of grabbing the top of the petal together, and then I will try to twist it gently, and then press, and I will do the same here. So similar to making a Famiran flowers. If you make Famiran flowers, I'm sure this will be very easy for you, because it's not much shaping and the result will last. Like some people say that, you know, with the Famiran flowers, the next day they make the flower, it's beautiful, and next day it's flat. It will not happen here, because these are, you know, these are not soft flowers, these are quite stiff. I'm sorry, I had to stop for a second. I had a visitor. But I'm back now. So focusing just on the edges of the petals, and then you can press a few times. Okay, we've got second layer, and we do the same for the third layer, and then I will just glue it all together. Just gently unfold that. Remember that it's paper. Oh, I tear it, but it's okay. So it can tear a little bit. But I am really happy with those flowers, because you know, I love Famiran flowers, and I think it's my biggest love. But then I've got the dies, so I want to experiment with different materials, and I'm sure you will see a tutorial for fabric flowers from me soon as well, because I want to, if you make Famiran flowers, why wouldn't you make a paper flowers, or why wouldn't you make a fabric flowers? You know, if you've got all the materials, because stamens and everything else is the same, why not using that for different material? Okay, I've got my third layer. You can, you know, if you're not happy, like I wasn't happy with this one, you can go again, as long as it's still quite soft, and maybe make it slightly better. So now I will make a hole in the middle of my flower. It's still quite hard, because it's very easy to do it when it's dry, but when it's wet it's not so easy. But I'm not going to wait now. So I've got, okay, hole in each layer. So now I'm going to take a little stamens, and these are 1 millimeter, very little ones. Obviously for the flower centers there's so many possibilities. You could use only stamens without any flower center. For the flower center you can add gems, buttons, pearls, whatever you have. So I'm making them equal on one side, placing a wire in the middle, then I can fold them and fold the wire. This is my way of putting all the stamens through the center at once. So I will push that, okay, and I will keep them quite long as my almost as my flower petals are. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? So then I will spread them with my finger, and I'm going to add a dot of a glue here so I can place that glitter center. Okay, hold that for a few seconds so the glue will catch that, and we've got our first layer. Then I go through the second layer. So I will position my, the paper is not so stretchy as Famiran, just remember that. So I will position my petals first. Let me just do it like that, and then I will add a little bit of glue between the layers. Okay, and then try to alternate the petals, and then I will have my third layer petals will go in those gaps. And again I will just position it first because I want to have pink on one side and white, so I have pink mostly here and white here. Maybe we'll turn it one more petal like that. Okay, then I can again add a little bit of glue between the layers, and that's it for my flower actually. So it is ready. It's starting to be quite hard now. Let me just grab the scissors. So I will trim that off, but leaving it quite long, because what I'm going to do here, I will just take a little bit of glue and have half of the stamens on one side and then a little bit of glue on the opposite side, and just press that down. So this way you will have a flat bottom of your flower, and this is the flower. I hope you like it, because it is really lovely. I'm so happy with them. So then back to our smaller flowers. Look, these are almost dry. I will make a hole now here and in the little one as well. And for those I will use a bigger stamens. Oh, I forgot to prepare them. Let me just find them. Oh, I've got a bunch of those. So I will use a bigger one, which be only one in the center. So I will push that through, and I'm going to add a tiny dot of a glue here just to secure it. Okay, so this is the little one, and this is the tiniest one. Again, put that through the center, and very little dot of a glue. I like to add a glue on the top, because then I'm sure then I can cut the string of the bottom, and I'm sure it will stay in the place, the center of my flower. So this is, you know, ready to go on my card. Actually, you may need maybe 2 or 3 more little flowers, but you can see that was easy to make, and they are super cute. I hope you like them, and I hope you will create similar flowers, and you will let me know on social media. Just tag me Lady Design so I can see your flowers, and I'll be happy to share another tutorial with you soon. Always when I, you know, make something nice, I want to share it with you, and I hope you then enjoy making your own things, and you know, it's really lovely to see how you create your projects with help of my tutorials, and it's really motivating for me to keep making them. And I want to thank you very much. Have a lovely creative day. Bye bye.